Yo, what up, fam? Say hi to Toucan Sam. I'm gonna start a new series on this channel where I kind of like share my life skills with y'all in terms of me being able to feed myself, even though I only eat it's like maybe once or twice a day. Anyway, I don't judge. I don't know like how many y'all have how many mouths to feed. I don't know if you live by yourself. I live by myself, so like what I'm about to show you usually can last me like a whole week if I'm not letting some carnivores eat my food like in this video. But that's what happened. Anyway, I will try to upload every Friday or every other Friday of a food recipe that I make. It's more than likely going to happen for every other Friday, but I do have 2 videos in the work aside from this one, I think. So this one's basically turning Members Mark tortellini and cheese like pasta into some like beef stroganoff tortellini pasta, if that makes sense. I don't really have a name for this video. Of course, the beef isn't really beef because, you know, I'm like literally a vegan/vegetarian, so I don't really eat meat unless I actually have to. The way that Mom, Pa, and Zach, they both make their chicken, that's one of the few meats that I can eat that I enjoy eating, but I don't eat a whole lot of it. Plus, you know, eating a whole lot of meat isn't really good for your heart, depending on what kind of meat it is. And it kind of really fattens you up and makes you lethargic. Yes, it has a lot of protein. Yes, it's really good for you. If I would eat any, or if I would recommend anyone to eat any particular kind of meat, it would be chicken. Chicken is way more healthier than you than beef will ever be. It's just this, unless you're giving blood, and then you need the protein from the beef to restore your calories, because you're burning like 580 or something calories or 650 calories. I'm not sure which one amount of calories you're burning to replenish your blood after you've given blood, but anyway, watch this video. It's really long, but it's really enjoyable. You'll learn a lot from this video, not just how to make the recipe, but some other stuff maybe. Mom's was pretty helpful in this video. But yeah, I should have an upload a next Cooking with Rei video next Friday, definitely. And then I'll see from there. I hope y'all enjoy where this channel's going. It's going from like so many different things like farming, cooking, to whatever. Now there's a cute little squirrel that's down out my window that's distracting me, and I'm trying not to get distracted, but it is what it is. Anyway, the reason why I'm uploading these every Friday or every other Friday or whatever Friday I can upload them to is so it gives y'all an idea of like what you want to make for the week. Maybe you go to the grocery store on the weekend. I know some people that avoid the grocery store on the weekend. They go like on the weekday. So yeah. Anyway, those are options for you. I love y'all. Take care. I will see y'all Sunday. What? Hey, can you lower the volume? Can you lower the volume a little? Alright. You want it off? I mean, you can, yeah, you can turn it off. So we'll just go ahead and... This is a weird angle because, like, I don't, like... This is the best I can do. So, basically, the idea is to trim off this head with this one. We'll save this for this night, for this one. But what we'll end up doing is we'll cut off the edges, which you probably can't see. I'll have to use the right hand. I don't like using my right hand. My right hand, it don't work. It's hard. So just cut off the edges. I don't know if you can see that. Like right here with the flesh in between here. Just cut off the little bits. And then we can throw this away. And then trim up these little bits into dices. And if you have difficulty where you're trying to cut it off on a bit and it's like sliding down between the knife, you can just flip it over onto this side and cut it from the back side. And then this is important. So if you're trying to pick up the peppers like this, just knot it up and then pull it. Make sure you put the, like for instance, this side is where the blade is on this side. Flip it this way on the opposite so the blade is pointed towards you, but you're not going to cut yourself. I mean, if you cut yourself, that's on you. So, and you just basically put the non-blade side on the ground and you can use it to scoop up into your bowl over here. And yeah, I cut up 5 thick mushrooms. I wanted them thick because they're gonna be like sauteed down into little nothing before they go into my sauce. Okay, now the bacon-honas. You know, since I am a farmer, a gardener, I'm gonna keep all these seeds because I really like these Anaheim peppers and I can regrow these seeds later.
Regrow the seeds?
Yes. Regrow the seeds. So you just cut in between the cell membrane with your paring knife. And then you can just stick your fingers in here and pull it out. Pull the core out like this. I'll just put it up here for now. But then we're gonna go ahead and toss it like this. You can probably see it in the corner. I'm just lightly tapping it with my knife because that'll get it out. This will basically get a little of the seeds out. I mean, we can use them in the cooking. I prefer to eat my seeds. You know, I like to eat my seeds, but some people don't like to eat the seeds because they're spicy. That's where all the oil is. So this is easy. So we have it like this. Of the stem. I don't know if you can see the little spine. That's where we're gonna put the blade. Just chop down, slice. Then we have 2 halves, and we're gonna do that again. This time we'll just flip it over on this back side. It already has the lead. Be careful because this can cut you. And if you don't get it the first time, don't worry, we get it the second time. All right. Now these are still a little bit thick, so I'm gonna cut these again in 1/2 pieces on the back side. I'm gonna leave the seeds in there though, because I love seeds. Now we have 4 of these. I'll do the same for this one as well. Hey, what's your language? Mom is cursing. All right, so now we have a lot of these. We'll just line them up like normal, like straws. Mother. And then we just cut it like this. We got it all bunched up. Now you can chop it like this, like that, or you can chop it like this. Of course you want a specific blade for this. This is actually gonna dull the end of this blade, but I find that that's easier. Mom will yell at me later, but she's already listening. But that's how I prefer to cut my vegetables, especially peppers, because it gives me a little bit of like, I don't know how to say it, like inertia? I don't know, force? I have an IQ of 54. I don't know what I'm saying. I do. And then, don't do this across the board with the blade. Just flip it over. I know I've been doing it that way because I've been trying to get this done. But we'll do it. I'll show you one more time. And then we'll just nudge it. You don't have to do that every time you cut. Just if it's like And then you can go faster after you get the hang of it as well. And then a super easy way of picking all this up. I showed you one method. Just put your other knife to the side. You can just flip it into the bowl like this. But I'm sure you don't really do that. With the back side, the side that doesn't have the blade. Now there is one more thing I need to add to this. I need to get some garlic, fresh garlic. This is the kind of garlic I use. Like that, Spice World. You can get it in the jar, but I'm telling you, this kind of garlic is the best kind of garlic you'll ever have. I already have some peeled. I just want like 6 cloves, so we're just gonna, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I'll just use it all. And then there is a specific way on how to remove the skins, but I can't show you that because I'm not really smart. So I'll just show you how I do it. Basically, the idea is to rub with friction to get the skin peeled off. Now this is the longer method that takes ages, especially if you don't have anything to pull onto friction or have long nails if you're a man, for instance, that doesn't have long nails. But basically you want all the skin off and you want it just like this. You can smell it and it smells really good. That's what we want. The other method I was told is that you could like cut into this core like that and then peel off the skin, but I don't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel off all of this garlic. Then I'll show you the next step. All right, I got our garlic. Now we'll use the smaller blade, not the big one, otherwise we'll cut off our fingers. Now, this is gonna look weird and very erratic, but go with me because I'm always random. I'm just gonna smash the board into like little bits. And you can use the same motion that we used last time to get these minced garlics. Eventually you'll start smelling fragrances of deliciousness. And as you get it into little chunks, then you can like put it back together and get like little mince. Sorry, I'm left-handed, so I'm trying to use my more precise hand, which also means you can't see what I'm doing, unfortunately. I used to be ambidextrous, but I don't remember being ambidextrous. What? I don't. I got brain damage. I do. You had a water ski accident? When?
Whoa.
When?
I was like in 5th grade.
That's awful.
I got to ski again the next after 24 hours being down. And now I was like, just get back on that horse.
So you can have something called vertical cutting like this, and then horizontal cutting that's gonna really like mince down that garlic. You don't have to get it like extremely small like you see that professional chefs do, because look, we're just home cooks. We're not, some of us might not even be a cook at all. We just might just be a takeout professional. But anyway, this is basically what you want in consistency, and then you just throw that into the pot. All right. That is gonna be it for the ingredients. This is all we want, just garlic, mushrooms, and this Anaheim pepper is all we're gonna use to put in sauce. We're just gonna go ahead and put this in a bowl. We're gonna heat it up with some oil, and we'll just let it sit there for about 10 minutes until it like browns up. Oh, an onion, that's what I forgot. That is what I forgot. Where'd my red onion go? So I've had this red onion for a while now, but we're just gonna, so I'm basically gonna have to trim off some because some of it ain't looking too good, which is fine. just because you have a little bit. Actually, I probably want to use the other knife now I think about it. That'll be easier to trim. And I just want to trim off like the super wet pieces that are a little bit yellow. I don't need them because they aren't good for me. But the core should be fine. It's just these little edge parts where it starts having discoloration. That's not what you want. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim up this whole thing into dice. So I'm going to dice it. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, I'm probably going to start putting the oil in. And we're going to go ahead and put it on low. And then we'll add in all of our ingredients to the pot right here. All right, so now that we've added everything to the pot, we can go ahead and mix it in. Now that the oil is basically heating, we're gonna go ahead and turn this up from low to high. After this cooks down and starts shrinking, we'll go ahead and add the seitan, which is like the protein for this dish. If that makes sense.
That you don't have smell-o-vision.
What?
That smells good. That you don't have smell-o-vision.
And while this is cooking, we'll go ahead and get a pot of water to start heating up and boiling. Just gonna put on that burner right there. Now I forgot to mention after you're done with the the peppers that you're putting in here, you should wash your hands thoroughly before you touch anything, even your face or your nose or a piece of clothing. But now, as your mushrooms and your onions are kind of softening like this is the time where we can go ahead and add our seitan. So this seitan is already pre-cooked, so it only has to be heated up. It is made from beets. I don't know if this is going to be good. It's the first time I've ever tried this, but it's a good sized portion that's going to be good for our protein intake. Just go ahead and turn this onto low for a second while I add this and crumple it up, because I'm also going to add some seasonings as well, and that's going to be pretty interesting. Kind of want to crumple it a little bit into like little bases. Ooh, it's like got a rubbery texture, but it does flake off a bit, and that's what we want. We want it to flake off into pieces. I think I could just put them into like little chunks and then like gradually work it, because this is made from beets, so it really does have that rubbery beet texture. But I bet this tastes pretty good. It smells really good, to be honest. And I think it's gonna taste and smell better with all the rest right here. Rei's vegan/vegetarian cooking lessons. To be honest, this whole rubbery texture, while it probably feels weird to some people, it seems pretty therapeutic. Now I'm sure there's probably a better way to get this seitan chunks off. I'll probably know in the future, but this is the first time ever cooking with seitan, so if I find out an easier way to do this, I'll let y'all know. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands so I can start touching more surfaces. All right, I'm back. I washed my hands. We're gonna put this back on high for 30 seconds to incorporate all of this. We are gonna add some salt and pepper to this because I think that's going to bring out the flavor. And then we are going to go ahead and add some salt, about 3 or 4 pinches, liberally. Now we can add some herbs if we want, but I think we've already got it seasoned well enough to not need herbs, especially with the sauce that we're gonna use, which is gonna be Alfredo. But if we need any herbs...
My diet.
A what?
You're
It's keto friendly.
But I'm working calories.
Well, then don't eat a whole lot. And we'll go ahead and set a timer for 30 seconds. All right, so we are done cooking all of this. We'll go ahead and add this to our bowl that we had prior, and it should be enough. We'll go ahead and turn this on off, and then we'll go ahead and add some cream of mushroom, and then probably these 3 jars of Alfredo sauce, because that's probably not going to be enough, but we'll see. Always make sure that you turn off your stove before moving the pot, otherwise you might burn your hand or mess something up. And slowly work on one batch at a time into your bowl, just to remove from heat. Because if you leave this in here, it's going to continue cooking. So if you don't remove it from the heat of the skillet, it'll keep cooking. If you don't get it all off, don't worry, because we're going to use the same skillet for the sauce as well. So we'll just set this aside, and we'll go grab a taste tester, or 2 of them. All right, I guess I'll be the first one to try this concoction. Let's be sure to get... It's not bad. It's really good. That seitan does taste like beef too. Here, Pop, come here. Come here. Try it. Come here. Tastes like beef, huh?
Good.
Dude, that's crazy. Mate, I didn't know you could turn beets into freaking beef. Apparently, I think this might be some beef I use in the future for like I don't know, like, what do you think, like orange chicken? I mean orange beef, Szechuan pepper steak.
Even tacos, man.
Yeah, dude, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Come on, come here. Try this.
It's hot. Wait till it's hot.
I promise you, it's not that hot. We literally just had some. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get a small bowl because Mom's like, only the best for Mama.
Do I need wine first?
No, try it. Try it. It's good. Mom approves. That's a good sign. And while we were doing,
like a little rubbery, like
it's beets.
It's beets.
Yes.
I hate beets.
Well, you just ate a beet. You just ate a beet.
I guess I did.
And you like beets now. And while we were doing that, this has almost come to a boil. It's not perfect yet, but it is almost to a boil. I'll let it boil a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and add our pasta over here to here. And then we'll turn it on low. Low it is. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn this on to low. I think that's on low. We'll add in our... Okay, not that fast, just a little bit slower. Not like me, but this is fine. And then we'll add 3 pinches of salt. This is in order to keep the dough from sticking to itself. And if you've ever tried to make pasta and you have inconsistency where some parts taste chewy and other parts taste soft, that's probably why, because you didn't do it correctly. And you can go ahead and mix it in. Mom, do you think I should put a cover on this?
No.
And we'll go ahead and leave this, like, we'll let this warm up for about 8 minutes actually. I think we'll let it cook for 8 minutes. And then we'll remove it from the heat and we'll drain it after 8 minutes. Remember, leave it on low. Now we're back to making the Alfredo sauce. I got a jar right here. I'll just let it drop all the way down. Do you think I need to use 2 of these?
No. You don't want it. Just want to coat it. You can add just a little, mix a little water in there. Give it a different.
Well, I'm also adding cream of mushroom. All right.
Add just a little
And then we'll add the cream of mushroom. Now, we're gonna fill this can all the way up with water, and then we'll dump it in, and then we can start mixing around for consistency, and then add in our Seitan mixture of veggies. Now be sure to use hot or warm water because this pot is still gonna be warm, and if you use cold water, it's not gonna go well. And if you don't know what that means, then ask your mom what happens if you put like a thing of cold water on a hot pot, and she might kill you. Now, okay, I just slurped some on the wall. Okay, so it's gonna look kind of gross. It's gonna look like watery. I might need to add in a little bit more cheese, but we're just gonna go ahead and mix this. We'll put this on medium. I think medium is what we want. And as this heats up, this will actually hopefully bind together. If it doesn't bind together, then I have to add more Alfredo. This is the one time where Rei is like a little bit inconsistent with doesn't know what's gonna happen. But I'm trying to like break it up into clumps and pieces so it like evens itself out. So I decided to put this on high from medium because I wasn't getting the right consistency. It wasn't binding together. It's kind of binding together, but I don't think it's going to like thicken. I think it's just gonna basically still be a little bit watery. But Mom says not to add any more Alfredo sauce.
It's thickening.
She says it's thickening.
Is your pasta's done, Naomi?
Okay, pasta's
Just
done.
leave a little, you know what I would do? Put a little bit of, here.
What would you do? What would Big Mama
A little
do?
bit of this Big Mama.
What? Why are you taking? We don't need any more water.
Starch. And then you get all this stuff in there. Where's the lid?
What?
Where's the lid?
This is the lid. What are you doing? Describe what you're
Some
doing.
of that starch water.
So she put water in the Alfredo can and she's mixing it up. And she just added a little bit more of it in to get it up from the edges. It is thickening, but it doesn't. I don't think you should. I don't think the goal is to add more water to it.
It's just a little starchy water, Naomi, from the starch in the pasta.
You want to use the starch from the pasta. She just pulled from this
Not a whole
as a
lot. Look how
thickener.
much we use, see?
I mean, that's still a whole lot. Well, it is thickening up. It is about at that point, so we can probably go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients that we made earlier.
Why don't you taste it a little? We'll give you to taste it.
Have I tasted the pasta? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Taste the pasta. Here's a taste. So you just dip it in, coat it. It's got a nice coat.
All right, well, it's
Just go
binded
taste
then.
it.
That's what I said. Why do I need to taste it? I don't think I need it. Okay, fine. I'll add some herb if that's what you want. Go ahead and leave this on low since it is binded and I don't want it to like boil to the pan. All right, so this is gonna look weird, but normally we add oregano to red pot, but in this case we're gonna add the basil and the chives and something else I didn't mention because yes, chives. I'm not overdoing it, but we're adding chives, cut down liberally because Mom is complaining mostly, but chives is fine for this. So we'll just add a little bit of basil.
Sometimes when you add too many things, you lose the flavor of what you're trying to get. Basil and oregano would be great.
Yes, but we're not using a tomato-based sauce. It's gonna be it for what we need. We'll add a little bit of pepper. A little bit more pepper. We don't need to add any salt. Just need a little bit of pepper. We got plenty of salt from the Seitan and from other. And then we'll just go ahead and mix it in. And then we'll go ahead and casually incorporate it in slowly without spilling or squirting or you name it. Now, this sounds weird to add chives, but because we're using basil and chives, I mean, it kind of looks like swap now.
Okay, don't do that. Here.
I mean, it does look good, though. What is that? Mom made
Muffin.
blueberry muffins with lemons. It tastes more like lemons, less blueberry. It is burning my fingers, so I'm gonna put it in my mouth. It tastes good.
It tastes bad.
It tastes good.
They don't look good.
All right, so we'll go ahead and turn this off. We don't need to do anything. It's just gonna heat up and warm. We don't want it to get any more. We don't want it to thicken any more than what it needs to be. We'll let it sit. Now, FYI, I didn't really mention this, but when you take the pasta out, you should spray it with cold water. That way it doesn't continue to cook, because it can continue to cook. When it's bunched together, it'll meld, which you don't want. You just want perfect pasta. It's good. Really good. So that means dinner time. That's gonna be it for the vlog. Yes, we can turn the news on. You want to say goodbye to the vlog? Hey, hold up.
It smells good in here.
What?
It smells good in here.
You like it?
It smells really good.
Oh. Got any last words for dinner?
Yum yum.
Oh my god. We're gonna go eat dinner. Products, salad, some bread. You know, this dish, the pasta dish I made, looks pretty good. I bet it tastes really good. So it is really good. I actually like this. I definitely make this all over again. The salad is great. Honey mustard, so that's vegetarian, not vegan, but you know what? It's freaking good. Got any thoughts? Got any thoughts? Good, good, good. They eat it again.
Even from a non-vegan vegetarian person.
What? Says the man that got chicken sausage. Got chicken sausage to put in his dish after there was already a dish of beets. And Mom says that she'll finally eat beets now. She likes the beets. She likes the beets.
These are flavored differently. I will not.
What do you mean? It's beets. It's all beets.
They don't taste like earth.
What are you gonna do when I try to make you eat my radishes?